It's just interesting because when he came out of retirement, I think we both had the same thought. When did that O-line become a QB? Yes. That was exactly the sentiment.
The AM Sideline Report, where you go to crew. Touchdowns and tackles, we give you the view. Huddle up, football fans, this show's for you. From the pregame hype to the final whistle, true.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the AMSR Report. I'm your co-host, Walker. And with me, as always, Arnold. What's up, guys? Yeah, this is gonna be a lengthy one. Hopefully, not too long. We never got to film last week, so we have 2 weeks worth of stuff to discuss. Plus, some things that just popped up during this week.
Yeah, but it is postseason. It's
postseason.
And it's wild card, and then
Divisional.
So it's doable. Yeah.
Heading into the conference run.
It's not wasting games. It's what, 8 something?
Yeah. Well, 6 in wild card and 4 in
okay, so 10 games to go over 2 weeks. It's not
so it's not as long as missing 2 weeks of regular season.
Yeah, all right, yeah, and that's like 32 days on me.
Yeah. You okay? Well, cool. Let's kick off straight. Let's just bang this episode out. Let's start off.
Yeah.
With some news I saw in this week. I was actually thinking about it. When's it starting? And I saw when I went to look, what's the schedule looking like? And it was beginning in 8 hours. They were going to release the schedule. And we finally just got the UFL schedule.
Okay.
So I'm just going to run through week 1 because there's a big game happening in week 1. His son's going to go to...
Well, okay, I already know where that's going. But okay, but tell me, so with the UFL now kicking off, right? So you didn't put anything on that on the document, so we don't know. But yeah, so UFL kicking off now. That is that not the same teams as last season, or is there additional?
There's a couple of other teams. We did mention it. Minnesota Hill.
Has it happened?
Yeah, like there's only 4 games week 1, but like Louisville Kings, that's a new team. Houston Gamblers is a new team, and Columbus Aviators and Orlando Storms are new teams.
Okay. Yeah, so hoping that actually happened.
Yeah. I remember we spoke about that. There was talks of other teams, and there is other teams that joined now. But we will be doing what we've done now with NFL. We do our way too early predictions. Not in this episode.
I know that's thank goodness for that.
Not in this episode.
And you know what? Actually, we just let bang it. Like, I'll do this off the top of my head. Like,
which will be fun because Louisville Kings we don't know.
Yeah.
Houston Gamblers we don't know. Columbus Aviators we don't know. Orlando Storms we don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because there's obviously new teams now joining in. Things have changed as well with the existing teams from last season. So at least the first 2-3 weeks are going to be a bit of a wild grow. It can't be something right. Yeah. Who knows? We're now way too early and our regular predictor. It ain't right. But it's for the fun of it.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. It's all for the fun of it. That's what you do around here. So, excuse me. So kicking off week 1, March 27th, 2026. Oh, I could hiccups now. Excuse me. Sorry. At 8 p.m. EDT time, Eastern something time, whatever. So it's going to be very late past.
Yeah.
But it's Birmingham Stallions versus the Louisville Kings.
It's the opening games. Eastern time should be closer to us than Western time.
Yeah. I still will be late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still like at least 6, 7, 8 hours kind of thing. But yes, Birmingham Stallions versus Louisville Kings. Then we have the DC Defenders, defending champions versus St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yay! So opening games. So for those that don't know, DC Defenders supports Battlehawks on this side.
Yeah, if you guys are curious why we DC Defenders and St. Louis Battlehawks is because I'm New England Patriots, your Green Bay Packers, and the UFL doesn't have teams directly in those areas.
Yeah.
So DC Defenders on the map is closest to the New England Patriots, and St. Louis Battlehawks is the closest to Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. On are they also because I do I kind of think I didn't select like physically like or location the closest. It was just I think there were like 2 or 3 contenders around.
Yeah.
So I picked one.
Like, yeah, those teams were the closest in UFOs and those because there's unfortunately no Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, it's no Wisconsin based team. So
yeah, so that's why DC Defenders and those Battlehawks. Battle of bragging rights. Because we beat you guys, look, second last week or the last week.
kind of thing with things we don't talk about yet.
But then moving on to the next game, we have the Houston Gamblers versus the Dallas Renegades.
Yeah, so Renegades.
Yeah, Renegades is in bank. And then we have Columbus Aviators versus the Orlando Storms.
Junior teams.
Yeah.
No idea what's...
Yeah, don't know what's going to happen there. But that's first game 27th, then we have the 28th, and then the 29th of March. So UFL will be kicking off again. So prepare for some UFL discussions.
Yeah.
And the same month also SAFL kicking off, YAFL's kicking off.
Yeah, we should have
some Saturday in, so it'll South African that as well.
South African American football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some exciting times happening in March, man. I remember when we first started this podcast, or discussions of starting this podcast, we said, okay, April we're going to start, end of April, because that's when the draft starts, we'll start off.
Yeah.
I think we ended up starting a little earlier because that's when we got connected with SAFL. Yeah, UFL, we like, okay, we're cool, this is what UFL, and
yeah, we decided to cover the SAFL happenings, and then, it was concurrently running with UFL was going on. We're like, wow, we're kind of watching UFL, so let's bring that in as well. And like, why not? Yeah,
if not, why not?
The more football, the better, right? So that's of course. Except if we, I guess, we've got to talk about, do we cover Canadian?
Oh yeah.
I mean that happens too,
There's so many leagues. But we cover NFL, we cover UFL. In our mind, two of the biggest leagues. Obviously, UFL is the biggest. And then, obviously, being in South Africa, NFL. What did I say?
UFL.
Oh, my bad. NFL, yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's a massive difference between NFL and then like way down.
It's the rest of the leagues.
It's the rest of the leagues, but the UFL is the biggest up here. So,
well, especially in our mind.
Yeah.
We've never really watched the Canadian Football League and things like that. So, yeah. Or then you have that discussion, there's NCAA. That's freaking massive. But yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. Just that little announcement that UFL schedule was just announced yesterday. So that is awesome news knowing that's kicking off. 27th is the first game on my wife's birthday. Sorry. She has to do something on it, and I'm watching football.
Priorities.
I'm just joking, my pudding.
Right there. That will also be, they'll probably also keep off our seventh season. Yeah. So we'll be taking a break at the end of the NFL postseason.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So NFL postseason ends the 8th, but then we'll cover after that.
Yeah, we'll still be around for like a week or two. But yeah,
special last episode. Yeah, which I'm gonna bring up now as well.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting ahead.
No.
Okay.
Our last episode, final episode of season 1, we're gonna be doing our Sideline awards, taking NFL honors. What happens every single year? We're gonna end off our episodes for our season with our own version of that. Mm-hmm. And talking about that, NFL just announced a couple of finalists for those divisions.
Okay.
Or for, not divisions, for categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought let me run through those and we can decide from their picks, who do we think is actually going to be, or who we would select.
Yeah.
Because when we do ours, we'll pick our own players and pick our own finalists. So let's start not from the top, because the top's obviously MVP. We'll start from the bottom. So, Assistant Coach of the Year. There's names that I cannot pronounce here. Vic Fangio, whatever his name is, from the Philadelphia Eagles, defensive quarterback. Brian Flores, Vikings, defensive quarterback. Defensive coordinator, damn it. Barnes Joseph, Denver Broncos, also DC. Clint Kubiak, that's his name. Seattle Seahawks, OC, offensive coordinator. And Josh McDaniels, New England Patriots, OC, offensive coordinator.
Interesting.
I would obviously go with Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, but
what you're not saying your Patriots fan, yes, honestly, what he did with that team as well, but I will go Josh McDaniels.
Like I said, so I'm gonna take, because I don't have a stake in that. There was also horse in the race there. Honestly, Brian Flores, Vikings, DC.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. Yeah, he's very good. Yeah,
I mean, pretty much. I think, look, Vikings for me on the offensive unit has not done nearly as what. Yes, they just haven't been present. JJ Manathan, yeah. Vikings defense, on the other hand, is something to contend with.
Oh, Brian Flores is pretty decent there as well. He's a good DC.
Yeah, and I think he was actually looking, he was looking to or potentially moving on. I think he was free agency this year at the end of the season.
Was he looking at a head coach position?
There was talk of him potentially moving to a head coach position. I think he interviewed with 1 or 2 teams, if I remember correctly. But the Vikings have actually signed him again. At least the reports that I've seen, the Vikings have offered him a contract for a year staying. So yeah, he will be back with the Vikings next year. But yeah, definitely a beast of a coach. Yeah, honestly, out of all those names,
Brian Flores, yeah, and Josh McDaniels. Yes, I agree with you.
I said nothing about like that.
Then we move on to Coach of the Year. We have Liam Cohen or whatever.
Liam Cohen from...
Yeah, or Cohen. Yeah, that's other one of the team. Jacksonville Jaguars. We have Ben Johnson, Constanaja from Chicago Bears. Mike McDonald from Seattle Seahawks. Kyle Shanahan from San Francisco 49ers. And then Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots.
Yeah,
Coach of the Year.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm really excluding Johnson because I can't stand Johnson. Yeah, screw the Bears, screw Johnson. As a Packers fan and as not a Packers fan, all the way, same down.
Nah, that dude's face, I just want to smack. I can't handle that guy's face. But my pick could obviously be Mike Vrabel. Yeah, they're not being biased, but what he's done with this team.
Yeah, all right. But
okay, there's probably going to be a lot of bias scenes.
There's going to be a lot of bias because a lot of the Patriots are in the
make-off finalists.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I think Vrabel contends. He's a decent contender. Taking. Look, I'm excluding Johnson because Bears Johnson from the Bears, but
Mike McDonald as well didn't do too badly this season. Liam Cohen.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to bring an interesting point to something I want to discuss after this. I didn't mention it earlier, outside of this, the episode, but it does bring an interesting point. And both Vrabel and Cohen are potentially in that bracket, and so I'm kind of hesitant to give the award to them just because I don't think they've proven themselves essentially yet. But we'll discuss that later. Yeah, I mean, look, out of all those,
it's McDonald and Kyle Shanahan as well.
Yeah, like, okay, Shanahan's a great coach. No, honestly, like hands down. But but he's consistently good. You don't put it that way. There's no let's say ups downs.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you could say, cool, he deserves an award, and he probably does. But at the same time, like he's not operating at his level.
Yeah, there hasn't been much
improvement. Exactly. Yeah, there hasn't been an up or down from that. The others, I mean, I guess you could say there's been massive turnaround. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. If Vrabel got it, I wouldn't be
like Vrabel, maybe.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna get it.
I honestly think he will.
I think that is all deserve it.
Yeah,
technically. But then comeback player of the year, we have Stephon Diggs, wide receiver from New England Patriots, Aiden Hutchinson, DE from Detroit Lions, Trevor Lawrence, QB from Jacksonville Jaguars, Christian McCaffrey, running back from 49ers, and then we have Dak Prescott, quarterback from Cowboys.
Interesting. Obviously, you don't take Diggs because Patriots.
I want to because of Patriots, yes. But there's also Christian McCaffrey as well.
But here's the thing, right? Has McCaffrey actually done, okay, yes.
I can't personally think of anyone doing anything really, Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey, or Aiden Hutchinson. Trevor Lawrence obviously is, because he just made playoffs now. And obviously Stephon Diggs. Some beautiful players.
Yeah. So I think Hutchinson, if I remember correctly, was injured last season. And so
I think he was unfull, but yeah.
Yeah. So there was, comeback. I will say, out of all of those, I think he's probably done the most for the Lions.
The overall Lions didn't do well.
Not true, but within what they did, you can have a star player, right? But if the rest of the team isn't doing what they need to do, or you can have someone doing absolute best kind of thing, making the plays, doing what they need to do, really performing at their position, but the rest of the team isn't doing well, and so the overall team isn't going to kind of rise to the top kind of thing. But you can still recognize that basically what they did do was probably a direct result of that those types of or that player particularly.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Hutchinson for the Lions basically did it. I think he carried from a defensive side of things. He kind of carried the Lions too. So my vote will be Hutchinson. Yeah, we go from those. We'll go for those. I get Diggs, as an example, right? He made some great plays and that type of thing, right? But he was a good player to begin with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And also as well. Yeah. He had a bit of a rough time, I think, where he was, and maybe didn't align with the teams, and whatever, moved on, and ended up at the Patriots, and he really showed his team. But was it more that the rest of the team sucked or didn't do as much, and so it kind of highlighted his he became wide receiver number one because it's because the rest of the team wasn't there was nobody else to do stuff, and so he had to kind of make those plays, and so that there was more of a spotlight on him versus the kind of guy that's sitting in the background, kind of really grinding the team kind of thing through, and not much of a spotlight on them, but they
that's fair. I'll think that I'll go with Christian McCaffrey, because I was thinking now while you mentioned all that, Diggs, yes, incredible receptions, things like that. But it took him, 14 weeks to score his first touchdown?
Yeah.
As well. I think he only had 7 in that loss, or even less. Christian McCaffrey has been a consistent player for Giants. He's been doing very well.
Yeah.
That play, oh my gosh, in the wild card round, it was just a stutter. So I think I'm going Christian McCaffrey on that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Hutchinson.
Okay. Then we have Defensive Rookie of the Year. We have Abdul Carter, linebacker from New York Giants. We have Nick Emanwari, Seattle Seahawks, defensive back. James Pierce Jr., defensive end from Atlanta Falcons. We have Carson Schwarzenegger. Hopefully his neck is linebacker, Cleveland Browns, and we have Xavier Watts, safety from Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm thinking maybe Abdul Carter. He did pretty well.
Because his name has popped up quite a bit. Yeah. Okay. So maybe this is more of a bias for me too. I tend to...
Schwarzenegger. That's his name. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I tend to favor the defensive side of things, because offense gets a lot of attention.
Yes, it is. And you were defensive coach as well.
Yeah. So it's, just to recognize some of the defensive side of things. I'm more inclined to go with the Browns player.
Carson.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. yeah, like I think
the Browns defense was incredible this year.
Yeah, and I mean, as a contributing member to it, and from just a like rookies when they enter in, there's potentially a lot of misalignments, like unsure of lots of things, still trying to find their feet in his ends. And in the pro league, it's a very different game in the NFL pro leagues versus the college game. I think contributed nicely to it was a unit. The Browns defense was on point here.
They were number one for a while until Texans took over.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still top 3. I think seconds, somewhere around those. Yeah, they're still definitely in the top 5. And depending on where you're looking at or what stat you particularly looking at, I think they top 5 in most, if not all categories anyway. So yeah, definitely top 3, top 5 kind of defenses, and I mean, yeah, overall, to basically come in, be able to play at that level. I mean, look, I guess each of the players for me potential contender, but I think they all did pretty well. Yeah, if I have to pick one, it's probably Carson.
Yeah. Sure. And moving on to offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, wait, you didn't say. I'm still going to player.
Offensive rookie of the year, we have Jackson Dart, QB from New York Patriots, New York Giants. Mbuka, the fuck's this guy's name?
Apologies, people. Names are difficult.
Emeka Ronka. Yeah, Emeka Ibuka. There we go. Something like that. For what did now I got his name now. Rob Gronkowski. Yeah, like he butchered his name so badly on live TV. Oh, it was so funny. But Emeka Ibuka. Yes, sorry, bro. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver. Trevion Henderson, Ewing the Patriots running back. Another name, bro. Why do they have such weird names? Detoria McMillan, Carolina Panthers wide receiver, and Tyler Shaw, New Orleans Saints quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Trevion Henderson.
I figured you were going there.
That one game, 3 touchdowns just from him. As he hasn't touched the ball the entire season, and that first game he came on, he just started annihilating.
Yes. All right, so I'll agree with you there, but I'm going to give it a tie.
Okay,
Tyler Shaw.
Okay, yeah.
Saints.
He did well once he set on the field.
Yeah, I think that took a long time to get him on the field, but I do think there's potential promise.
Yeah,
and I think he kind of elevated the Saints a little bit towards the end.
Yeah.
In those last few weeks, it was definitely like okay, look, Saints haven't made it. Oh, let's give up on the Saints. But they once I actually put him in, there was kind of a question. Then they brought the question of like, hold on a sec. I mean, they can do something because I did wait. Hold on, they saw winning Getty afterwards. So maybe there's some potential. So
yeah, that was also late in the second half of the regular season.
Yeah, it was like after a long stretch. Yeah, and everything. Too late to say it's the Saints from being or eliminated from the playoffs, but there was some potential progress. Now, is he a long-term quarterback? Is he franchise level? I think probably not. And I guess we haven't really seen enough games from him to actually properly evaluate where he's at. But at least giving the Saints a bit of hope, I guess, for the following season. Maybe we don't need to spend on a QB, kind of thing. We can try and address our other 101 problems.
Yeah.
Actually maybe sets up a better position for the Saints going into the 2026 season.
Okay. That's interesting. But yeah, it's also fair.
Yeah. So I probably give it a chance. I think, yeah.
Okay. Then moving on to Offensive Player of the Year, we have Drake May, QB from the New England Patriots, Christian McCaffrey, running back, San Francisco 49ers, Puka Nacua, wide receiver, LA Rams, Bijan Robinson's running back from Falcons, and then Jackson Smith, Njimba, wide receiver, Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think you're going probably Jackson Smith.
No, actually, I'm going with Puka.
Puka's been brilliant.
Yeah,
Puka's been brilliant.
Honestly, he's carried the Rams. He's pulled the Rams through so many situations. It's just for me, it's like all this.
Yes, I think it was wild card run as well. He scored 2 or 3 touchdowns within that within the first half. It was torn between obviously bias Drake May or Puka, but I'm by Puka as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. I thought you would have taken May as,
I'm saving May for later. Let me move on to Defensive Player of the Year. We have Will Anderson Jr., defensive end from Texans, Nick Bonito, linebacker Broncos, Myles Garrett, Browns, defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson, Lions, defensive end, and then we have Mike Parsons, Green Bay Packers, also defensive end.
Myles Garrett has to take that.
Yeah,
He doesn't take that. There's somebody pays somebody.
Yeah, so I'm going Myles Garrett as all of that.
Yeah,
that's insane. It has to be more. He actually won one of the awards already. There's 2 awards at NFL Honors that has, one is the most sacks and one is, I think, is most rushing yards.
Yeah.
So obviously he already won that. And then,
yeah, for the most sacks, just for reference.
Yeah.
He
against Cook, I think it was the one who won the rushing yards.
Yeah, I think, okay, there was a contention because I think second place in rushing yards, and I can't remember who it was. Actually just passed him, but then Cook both sides to play, so Cook side to and he kind of just passed last game kind of thing. But yeah, it was quite a close one there, but yeah, it had to be Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was a beast on the field.
No, except for Micah Parsons, no one else stands a chance of winning Defensive Player of the Year. It has to be Myles Garrett.
I think Parsons might have contended if he finished the full season.
Yes,
got injured on week 14, 15. And sorry, yeah, was out for the most of the season. But I'd say in terms of impact, Parsons probably had the most impact on the Green Bay defense. In terms of defensive players, like you clearly saw, Packers defense was here and just dropped. Parsons gets injured and goes off, and there's nothing left. So he definitely was carrying that team, but defensively anyway. But I don't think Parsons obviously got injured, and I think his season was cut short. So yeah, probably not it.
You're very close, maybe.
I think you might have qualified. But you can't take the honors away from the guys there.
Yeah, that has to be. Yeah. And then the final award, finalists was announced for MVP, Most Valuable Player. We have Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. We have Drake May, New England Patriots quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, San Francisco 49ers running back. And then Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams quarterback. You know who that is going with?
Yeah, I know. I know you were
Drake May.
Yeah,
he's taking MVP.
All right. Yeah. Look, in all honesty, I think in the award that it will be given to him. Yeah. I think between those contenders,
it's either gonna be him or Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
but I'm still.
Yeah.
Great.
Totally. Yeah. So Josh Allen.
No.
Yeah.
Was not preseason.
Yeah. He's a one-man army, and the Bulls kind of rely on that to think a lot and blah 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 and whatever. And that's cool and all, but I mean, he's been doing this for 2-3 years, and a good couple of years anyway. it is what it is.
And you won last season screwing.
Yeah.
And he's having a baby with Hailee Steinfeld screwing. He doesn't deserve any honors.
But yeah, I don't think he did enough this season to qualify as MVP. I think he's probably in the last place in that list. What's his name from Jaguars? Trevor Lawrence. I don't personally like Lawrence, but that's
Because his hair is better than yours, man.
it is. I'm jealous. That's where that's what it comes down to. Jealousy makes you nasty. I don't like him. Well, it's funny, but yeah. So, yeah. But regardless, and this will come back as well. I think Lawrence is a decent QB. He has his moments, but I think he dropped the ball a good couple of times during the season. Does he qualify? I guess, but would he actually really like a nominee? Or is he really potentially going to win? Nah, I think he's just a nominee.
Yeah.
We have May. I think May's done phenomenally well. So yeah, definitely a potential candidate. Who else we have? McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian, and then Stafford.
Yeah, McCaffrey's done well.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think he did any better than what he did in like the previous few seasons. Yeah, like
And when last did a running back win MVP?
he actually won, didn't he? 2 seasons ago.
Really? I would say win lost. Oh, but that's a look for and chat for another discussion.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll look at that.
It needs to be verified. Let's put it that way. But I'm pretty sure he's won. He's won before. But regardless, whichever way. But yeah, like I do. Did he do enough? I mean, sure. So maybe also a potential candidate, but I think compared to the likes of like May, I think May's probably got the edge over him. And then who's the other one? Stafford. Yeah, Stafford for me is a difficult one because
the only reason he's got the highest of his touchdowns. He scored, I think, all the way through, I think 45 touchdowns.
Yeah, but
in the mid-40s. Yeah.
But Stafford for me is another Josh Allen making.
Yeah.
And it's
look at the past 2 games.
Yeah.
Wild Card round and divisional.
Yeah.
He came so close to losing those games.
Yeah. But has he done enough? And look, maybe he's carrying the Rams out well. So, there's that. And look, to be fair as well, he is playing through fractured hands and injuries and that kind of thing.
But he ate.
Yeah.
Or something.
But yeah, so is he a nominee? I guess. Done enough to be winner? In my mind, no. Yeah, so I'd say it's probably between May and maybe McCaffrey kind of thing. If we really like looking at it, and I think
break May,
and I think May edges out McCaffrey in the final running.
I want to sit up and watch the honors. Late night. But cool, let's move on then. You had a couple of things you want to bring up before we move on to wildcard round.
Okay, so maybe not a couple of things. It's a lot of things. Topic. Oh, no, it's just one specific topic. So, all right. So I mean, look, obviously we know. All right, the games or NFL's each team is a business. We've always got all the things, but yeah. So there's been obviously there was the term Black Monday thrown around. A lot of coaches. Coaching positions, coaches being fired, a lot of positions open, coaches have been hired.
It was like 10 head coaches that got fired.
Yeah, there's 10 openings for new head coaches, basically as of this Monday or the previous Monday. It's kind of been a bit of a bloodbath, in terms of coaching positions. So I mean, like, kind of quick rundown on some of the positions that have been filled, some that are still open, that type of thing. Thinking on the ones that are filled, Atlanta Falcons have hired Kevin Stefanski, former Browns head coach. So that's excuse me. Yeah, that's been making the rounds in the news. So we know that's there. But Ravens, as head coach, have decided Jesse Minter, the former Chargers defensive coordinator. Cowboys have hired Christian Parker, former Eagles secondary coach and passing game coordinator, as their DC.
Oh, wow.
Lions have picked up for the OC position Drew Petzing, which is the former Cardinals OC. Chiefs, Eric Bieniemy, former Bears running back coach, as their offensive coordinator. Jeff Hafley, former Packers defensive coordinator, is now the head coach of the Dolphins. We've also got John Harbaugh, former Ravens head coach, is now the head coach of the Giants. Bucks have recently hired Zach Robinson, the Falcons offensive coordinator, as their offensive coordinator. Robert Saleh, or Saleh, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Saleh,
Salala. Yeah. 49ers defensive coordinator is now the head coach of the Titans.
Yeah.
And I say former 49ers defensive coordinator, previously Jets head coach, previously 49ers defensive coordinator. He's bounced around.
And we saw what he did with the Jets. Not very well.
Yeah. All right. So in saying that, right? So and that's kind of more the point that I'm kind of going to bring up is, so the topic that I read, as I mentioned to you, came there was talk about how to a large extent the Chiefs, and then also obviously to a lesser extent the Patriots, their personnel changes have kind of instigated this whole like wave of firings, and particularly for teams that haven't done what I guess the owners wanted them to do, kind of thing. And yeah, it was largely a fluff piece, and more speculation, I think, and that type of thing. But they did raise an interesting point in the article, which did send me down a little bit of a rabbit hole kind of thing, which basically came out as the main point being, when you hire a coach, right? Like your teams. So as or the NFL basically for each team, depending where they finish in a particular season, the next season, they kind of provide some level of gain parity or difficulty parity kind of situation. So you don't have weak teams always being, or weaker teams, or teams that struggled in a particular season, always being shut down and playing stronger teams. And so the whole setup for a season is largely based around, and you'll see that obviously, like this division, okay, bottom team plays the bottom four of the other divisions, and like kind of thing. So there's kind of an idea that you can, as a team, even if regardless of where you finish in a particular season, you'll play other teams of roughly that same positional ranking kind of thing. It gives you it gives your team a bit of a chance to still do well the following season. So like one of the key teams that you probably talk about in this regard is the Falcons. Not the Falcons, the Commanders. So the Commanders 23 season did pretty poorly. 24 season finished in the championship game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they made postseason and way beyond.
Yeah.
This season, where the Commanders end up 5-12 again. So, and that was kind of almost like playing to their position, right? So they finished bottom rank at the end of the 23 season. Okay, one can say coaching changes were made, and they had they brought on what's his name, QB,
Jaden Daniel.
Yeah, and changes were made, and they did so well last season. And yes, they did well last season. Let's be honest. But was it because they were playing the bottom teams,
Or because of
or because of the actual coaching and or let's say personnel changes, whole team included. Was it because of actual personnel changes, or was it because they were playing the bottom ranked teams when they're used to playing like let's say stronger teams, higher ranked teams, kind of thing? So they were playing in their band, and for the 24 season, and so yeah, it probably annihilated those teams. Finished ended up getting to the championship games, and maybe one can say they were lucky or whatever kind of thing. But yeah, obviously did somewhat well, but they did. And then come this season, they started the season in a stronger team band kind of thing. So maybe they didn't do so well in that season. So like basically like as a correction, you know, you kind of know where the commanders end up. They're sort of a middle of the pack kind of team. You get teams like let's be honest, you get some rubbish teams, right?
like the Raiders.
Yeah, first team that comes to mind is Raiders or like Giants at this point. Jets, as we mentioned earlier, where even if they're in the even when they're in the bottom or playing the like let's say like the lower band, lower ranked kind of teams, they still can't do well.
Yeah.
And they still finish season after season in the bottom rankings kind of thing. So they're not rising up. So but then you get stronger teams, like let's say the Bulls, which kind of season after season they kind of play in the same kind of general strength of teams, kind of like division ish kind of things. And yeah, and the Chiefs and such, and they're all kind of they kind of generally tend to stay in that same same area, and so there's kind of like a I guess for both sections there's reasons, like Sean McDermott has been fired from the Bulls as head coach, and I can get it, but at least it had a period of time where the coaching staff and such have had a chance to fluctuate with the team as they've risen and fallen, kind of generally established a set thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They've established where they belong in the year. Like the Bulls are a strong team. We know this. But it's because of
mental players.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. But they haven't really advanced beyond that. So I get that in those cases, like McDermott being there for what is it, 9 years? Yeah. So the team now wanting to make adjustments because they actually want to push through to the next level, and so yeah, so that he's had 8-9 years to prove where the Bulls are. Yes, he's established a great baseline, but you know they want to get to the next level, and so yeah, okay, now it's maybe time to move on, and so yeah, so everybody's in shock and oh wow, you know, like how could you fire him, kind of thing, whatever. But I get it to some degree, but he's at least had a length of time to get the Bulls to where they are, and or at least help them maintain a established kind of baseline of strength to some, for lack of a better term. You get the Raiders, teams like the Raiders, the Jets, I guess, such where they've kind of they've stagnated at the bottom. And yeah, Titans as well. And so yeah, personnel changes, you know, are kind of needed. Like let's bring ourselves back up. Someone's always going to be at the bottom, but that's beside the point. But you kind of want to see a bit of growth, you know, like at least there's going to be fluctuations, but at least, you know, give players a bit of or gives the coaching staff at least a bit of time to work through the things. There's two sides kind of left, is where you kind of get the teams that on one hand, like let's say the Patriots, the Jaguars, kind of thing.
Bears.
Yeah, the Bears, particularly. That's not, yeah. Well, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm on the hunt for a new second team because, you know, the Bears were my second team. Surprise. Well, what was I thinking? And the Bears did not deserve to be where they got to. So screw the Bears. I'm now looking for a second team. Contenders currently are the Texans and the Browns. So yeah, we'll see come the next season where I'm at. But yeah, my second team my position for second team is now vacant. So I fired the Bears from
Comment down below your picks.
But yeah, so okay, but like I was saying, so you get the Jaguars and the Bears and the Patriots. We've had Variable, Liam Cohen, whatever his name is, Ben Johnson coming into the Bears, kind of thing, and they've done fantastically well. Let's be honest. For each of those teams has dramatically
Variable. We're the only ones still left.
Yeah, right. But all the teams have dramatically improved.
Yeah,
right. All of those, like for example, those teams have dramatically improved. But it's only one season.
Yeah.
And all those teams started in the bottom rankings. So they've all played teams that should have been technically weaker for them, kind of thing. And they've done the job.
Yeah.
But they started at a lesser position. So yeah, I mean, look, you mentioned earlier something about Mayo.
Jared Dale.
Yeah. Jared Mayo taking over from the Patriots.
4-13 and leaving 4-13.
Yeah. So really, obviously, they started at the bottom. They were playing the weaker teams. He didn't do anything. He couldn't do anything with them to show that they actually were better. So yeah, clearly there's some variables had an impact. But yeah, let's put it that way. Cohen as well with the Jaguars has improved their standings. The bigger question though is
what happens next year?
Exactly. And so yeah, so I know everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah, Patriots have come back. Jaguars are like forced to be contended with. Bears, oh wow, what about the Bears, kind of thing. But those types of teams. But let's see what happens at the end of next season. Like I'm keen to, or I don't want to take away any of the progress or progress. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the
progression.
Yeah, they did well.
Yeah,
I don't want to take any of that away from them.
Achievement.
Yeah, achievements or like the come up and I don't want to take any of that away from them. They've obviously outperformed other teams. Yeah, that type of thing. But I do think the true measure of the teams, those particularly those teams, is going to come at season or two from removal from that. So yeah, let's wait until next season. Yeah, next season we'll see what happens. Like because next season those teams will be in the higher like the stronger team brackets kind of thing. So the regular season they'll be playing teams that are not technically or should be at their level, but it's not the stronger level kind of thing.
That's also what pisses me off a lot. What people said. But they only spoke about the Patriots, like you said. There was the Jaguars, there was the Bears, but Patriots only are where they are now because they had an easy schedule. Same with the Jaguars, same with the Bears.
Yeah.
Next season, oh my lord, we looked at the schedule for next season. Well, the teams we're playing.
Yeah.
Patriots playing Lions. Patriots are playing Packers. They're playing Vikings. They're playing Chiefs. They're playing a lot of good teams this season.
Yeah, so because they've moved up in the standings, so naturally,
if we get back to the ball again next season, everyone will shut the hell up.
Yeah, so but that's the thing. So yeah, I think on both sides of the coin, there's a lot of people raving about the Patriots. Yeah, best team ever, kind of thing. But
we've been at the most Super Bowls, 11 Super Bowls.
Yeah, hold on. 6 wins. You guys went down, but
we went down drastic.
Yeah. But there was so on both sides of the coin we've got Patriots, the fans raving about Patriots, it's comeback season, etc., whatever.
Great team, mate.
And you've got the haters as well, like the flip side of things, like it's lucky picks, whatever. And I think like he's schedule over. I think both sides need to calm down and just hold out. We'll know. Like it's a time thing.
Yeah.
If the teams that are making Super Bowl runs aren't planning Super Bowl next season. They've already been planning them for that for 5 years, kind of thing, or 4 or 5 years, kind of thing. So it's a long term thing.
Yeah.
And again, so as well, the sort of general rankings of teams kind of changes, right? And yeah, you might get the surprise movement of the team dropping by like 10 ranks, or coming up like 20 ranks or whatever kind of thing in the overall standings. But barring surprise fluctuations from season to season, generally the progression of the team generally moves up slowly or down slowly. And you only see it really from team to team. If you take a step back, look at like a 5 or 10-year period, you kind of get the general drift of where our teams are performing. And I think that's also something that's a lot of, let's call it, owners, when they're hiring coaches and general managers and that type of thing, managers need to be aware of. I get it's a business for them, though I don't want to take any of the business stuff away from it. And I guess as fans, you also have to remember that it's a business, and they want immediate results, and they want oh, next season, we win, bottom of the thing, but we need to be number one or whatever kind of thing. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But you also need to give everybody a bit of chance to establish the baseline. When you're changing coaching staff, it doesn't help hiring a coach and going like, oh shit, okay, well, we only we 10 games in and we've only won 4. You're not working out cheers, kind of halfway through the season, or at the end of the season, it's like, we kind of where we were more or less in the last season. You're not doing anything that's get rid of you and buy and get somebody else in, or that quick boost win rate. It's not a quick boost. You've got to wait it out for a little while. And so yes, there's some kind of degree of how do I put this? Future thinking and also evaluation. If really quickly, this isn't going to work out, then okay, make the necessary changes. But if you're on the fence, you're also going to give it a bit. You've got to kind of give it a bit of some leeway. Kind of like, let's maybe see how things go.
But it's like what you said about we were discussing the other day about the draft. I still said, what position do you think we need? Because we're good on quarterback, we're good on wide receiver, blah blah blah. Then what you said is a very good point, which goes to this as well. You don't draft players for next season.
Yeah,
you draft players for 3, 4, 5 years from now, which is pretty much what you were saying. It just goes with the draft, doesn't it?
Yeah. Look, I mean, keeping in mind it's a business, right? And so you also kind of trying to look at money down the line, future how much money
ROIs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pay you $20 million. I expect 20 touchdowns.
But those exist. And players will get traded and things like that. But you're looking to try and build overall a good team. But also again, not for next season. You need to improve next season. But
that's where the trades come.
Yeah, so trades, free agency kind of thing as well. But that all comes down to the business side of things. And so when you're looking at I can say if I mentioned earlier, the sense they've got 101 problems that they need to fix.
Showing one. I said showing one.
Well, he could potentially. But for now, at least they've got. So like if I was them, I wouldn't be looking for a QB now. I might be in 3 years' time. And maybe at the end of, or maybe he doesn't perform next season, and or he shows his blue colors, like once he's had a good couple of plays under him, I don't think we're gonna we're gonna run with this long term. But in the meantime, we can at least improve ourselves rather than being like bottom 3, 4, 5 kind of thing. We can at least move to middle of the pack. Brings in like the line's moving up. And so we fix the other issues, and then we circle back to okay, now we've improved those positions. quarterback's now probably going to be a problem kind of thing, or at least it's going to be a problem in another 2-3 years. And, this guy's contract's expiring then, whatever kind of thing. And he might be looking to move on, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know, whatever the case is. So there's going to be a problem. Let's circle back to this and let's address it now.
Yeah.
And, kind of maybe look at someone for 2 years from now kind of thing. Get them on and, who did Kyler Murray play for? Cardinals, was it?
Yeah.
They so drafted, decided that they didn't want him and for obvious reasons. So they've got a problem now at QB.
Yeah.
Technically they don't. I mean, they can still run with Brissett, but he's not the QB that's going to take them long term down the line. So now looking at options, you kind of like, okay, what do we need to fix and what's priority?
Yeah.
And what's priority for 3-4 years from now? And it's kind of making those decisions. Guys will get fired. Sean McDermott, I mean, unfortunately, but he'll bounce back. Because, like we said, like there were 10 head coach positions. There's people coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
To come back to coach.
Philip Rivers just had an interview with the Buffalo Bills to be the head coach.
Yeah.
And he came out of retirement to play a couple of games for the Indianapolis Colts. And he's a head coach for some high school teams.
Yeah.
I call something.
Yeah. Alabama, I think.
And now he interviewed for head coach for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Look, I don't know much about Rivers, so I mean, maybe he works well with them. But yeah, it's just interesting because when he came out of retirement, I think we both had the same thought.
When did that O-line become a QB?
Yes. That was exactly the sentiment. So I mean, maybe he does a better job at coaching than what he does at QB.
We didn't know how well the high school does, so
yeah,
we will have to see. But
yeah,
is that everything?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to. That's really
sweet. Well, okay, cool. So moving on to game coverage, we're gonna run through this quickly. If we have any thoughts, topic points we want to bring up during, we will discuss that. But wild card round that happened 2 weeks ago. We had the Carolina Panthers versus Los Angeles Rams, and the Panthers lost to the Rams, almost had won. Rams beat the Panthers 34-31. That was a very good game.
It was. I think that was.
The Panthers came this close from kicking the Rams out.
Yeah.
They were in the lead.
Yeah.
With the last 2 minutes left, less than 2 minutes left, and then Stafford just scored.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I thought, to me that was probably for the wild card. That was probably one of the games of the round.
Yeah.
That and okay. I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah,
that's also part of the AMSR awards kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. But yeah. So yeah, they're definitely a really interesting game.
Yeah. It was a very exciting game to watch.
I wasn't sure of the Rams. When.
But that's what you were talking about earlier on with Stafford taking MVP.
Yeah.
Almost lost to the Panthers. Almost lost last week to who did they play against last week? The Bears.
Yeah.
It's like he's stunning, but somehow just pulls it up.
But maybe that's where the MVP caliber kind of comes in.
That's true.
Despite the adversity, you pull it out and you make it happen.
Yeah, a win's a win.
Yeah,
intro mile. Man.
Exactly.
Fat. Yeah. Then we move over to the best game of wildcard round. Yeah, the greatest game of wildcard round. Chicago Bears versus Green Bay Packers, and the Bears beat the Packers 31-27.
Why was I raging at that?
Oh, wow, word. What a disgusting game for the Packers.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely horrendous. Yeah.
Packers was 21-3 ahead at one point.
24-3.
24-3 ahead at one point.
I think they went into a halftime at 21-3, but then we did get another field goal.
Yeah.
It was 24-3 at some point.
And then field goal, 24-6. Field goal, 24-9. Touchdown, 24-16.
Yeah, that was the Bears were 21 points behind at halftime.
Yeah.
And in the second half, managed to come back 21 points down and still pass the Packers. At what point? Yeah, no, now that I'm gonna get it.
Ooh. So he came to come pick me up for our football practice with the kids. If you're a kid watching, adults watching, come join us. GLA, 2:00 Sundays
In Jeffreys Bay.
in Jeffreys Bay. We do some flag football. But you can come pick me up for that practice. And was it steamy in that car?
Yeah, it was. He was raging. Yeah, it was. There just wasn't. And on top of that, all right. So, I mean, Brandon McManus.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So look, he's the option that we have at the moment. And let's missed a field goal, missed conversion, missed a field goal.
Yeah.
There were 7 points in total that he missed. We could have had that. And it wasn't like it was difficult conditions and difficult and maybe you
And the pressure is getting.
yeah, maybe you can say, okay, yeah, the kicks in adverse conditions, whatever. But most of the kicks were a typical 45 or kind of thing. There was a conversion attempt, which was missed. But the field goals was I think it was a 51-yard and I think a 48 or 47 or something yard field.
Those are chip shots nowadays for the guys.
Yeah, exactly. Look, and fair enough, he hasn't been exactly the same after his injury. I mean, he did come back after the injury and whatnot. But to be honest, one can say that yes, maybe it was windy conditions or something, whatever. But if you look at the Bears, they kicked every single one of their points. It's
Your job is kicking. You shouldn't be making excuses.
exactly, yeah. And then to top it all off, I mean, McManus got or just after the game signed his I think 1 year or 2 year extension kind of contract. So yeah,
How did they risk? Well, you guys always struggle with kickers for the last couple of years.
yeah.
Wasn't it last season you guys went through like 4 kickers? Or something?
It was
You guys went through a shit ton of kickers one season.
yeah. It could be in the season before, but last season we did go through 3. McManus. We started with someone. No, yeah, it must have been the season before because last season I think we started with I can't remember what his name was, and he looked promising at the start of the season, and then it's suddenly like 3-4 games in, and we're like now we're missing everything.
Yeah, just go with 2 hours.
And I think that's where, if I remember correctly, they brought McManus in.
Okay.
And I think he missed one kick the entire
Bad season here.
From last season.
And now you missed.
So he had like 20. So he had 21 of 22 kicks or something. And this season he started off really, really well as well. And then he got injured.
Yeah,
I think he had missed 1 or 2 kicks prior to his injury, but it was like a good decent run, and then after that, it was kind of his
point.
Yeah, so
and he missed 3 in the walkout run.
Yeah, which cost us a game, but also like to be honest, I didn't expect the Packers to go through. If they had have gone through, it would have been a lucky break. And they definitely wouldn't have made it to the next round.
Ice would have been eaten by the Seahawks.
And maybe not as much as the 49ers.
But you'll get a few?
Yep. Yeah. But in saying that, it wasn't our season.
Yeah.
And
we started the season off pretty well.
Yeah, but it wasn't our season.
Yeah.
I think if we had a full range of personnel, and injuries didn't plague us as much as what we did. Look, a lot of teams had injuries, so it's not really an excuse.
Yeah.
But I think we could have made a decent run for it. But yeah, once things start piling on, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, look, maybe let's call it a day and come back next season. Yeah, kind of thing. We've actually got problems next season as well because we've got lost division. Well, not only that, but we've got cap related problems. So yeah, basically, I don't think we're looking for anybody in free agency because we can't afford anybody. So it's basically got what we can get in the draft, and that's pretty much it.
That's terrible. But moving on to the next game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills narrowly beating the Jaguars 27-24.
Yeah,
That was also a very good game, very close game.
Yeah, definitely.
Jaguars was ahead 16-13 at one point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but it almost seemed to go like
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, 1-1-1, yeah, kind of like
kind of a little 3 wins kind of thing. I ended that up in
this change in lead.
Yeah,
who has the lead kind of thing. Yeah,
that was a very good game, very decent game. Then we had Philadelphia Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers, and thank the Lord for the 49ers kicking out the Eagles in Wild Card round, beating the Eagles 23-19.
It was a surprise game, though.
Yeah. I actually didn't expect the Eagles to lose to the 49ers. Sorry, Dad. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the Eagles had more to play for in a sense.
Yeah. Coming back as Super Bowl champions in the Wild Card round, like to the death.
Bit of a surprise. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that was terrible. Then we had the New England Patriots versus the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Patriots beat the Chargers to move on to Divisionals 16-3. That was a game. Yeah. Yeah, that was a game. That was a game. Yeah, I mean, Patriots fan, but yeah, that was a game. Yeah, wasn't very much exciting.
Yeah, Chargers didn't show up, I don't think. But again, it's been the Chargers' problem all season. Some games they're
beating the Chiefs, and all of a sudden down here.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of
emotions for the Chargers fans. Then we have the final game of Wild Card round. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Houston Texans, and the Texans destroyed poor old man Aaron Rodgers 36.
Yeah, but look, let's be honest. I don't think the Steelers had much of a chance there. Aaron Rodgers. I think we had a discussion in the last episode. Defensive wise and that kind of things. So
we got to listen properly, moment.
Yeah. So I mean, Texans just basically coming on, like Texans defense there.
Yeah, their defense scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
there was 1 passing, 1 rushing, and 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, and then
1 from a sack scoop.
Yeah,
and then it was an interception.
Yeah, CJ Stroud played
disgusting
during that game. Yeah. Like the defense was the reason that they won, that they basically had points on the board. Like I think the first score came in the first quarter, something full for the Texans, which was okay. Let's be fair, it was the Texans offensive kind of thing there. The rest of the points were basically came from the defense. Or defense playing that actually came off a defensive play earlier.
Yeah, get that name.
That got them into the basically I think the last 30 yards or something.
Yeah.
Which set them up for the play.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, so they pretty much defense pulled them through that game. Like, yeah. Texans defense is
they're number 1.
Yeah,
they're number 1. But then moving on to the divisional rounds, which was last week, we have the number 1 seed that had a bye in wild card round, Denver Broncos versus Buffalo Bills, and the Broncos narrowly also beating the Buffalo Bills 33-30.
Yeah,
and the amount of mistakes happening from Mr. MVP nominee, Josh Allen.
Yeah. But I think that also again speaks to the Broncos defense.
Yeah.
But you shut it down. Yeah.
Forcing the fumbles, the turnovers,
that type of thing.
Yeah. No. But that was a very good.
Yeah, it was.
It was also Sunday, just before practice as well, yeah. We're kind of like in the game, like, oh, damn. Then we have the walkover of walkovers. Seattle Seahawks Seattle Seahawks versus San Francisco 49ers. Seahawks absolutely just chowed the 49ers.
Yeah.
41-6. And yes, the score is 41-6, but that game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. First touchdown came from a kickoff. Boom. Straight through. Within the first 10 seconds of the game, touchdown.
Yeah.
49ers could not recover at all from that.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks really stepped up defensive wise. They destroyed them. Basically just allowed Donald and the rest of the defensive unit to pretty much stay on the field and
was
calm the balls down.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, like in a way, I guess I'm surprised the 49ers got any points on the board.
Yeah. And that was only in the second quarter. They scored the 2 field goals in the second quarter only, and that was it. But yeah, like you said, the defense, it obviously an over-exaggeration, but it feels like every single play or every single drive from the 49ers, the Seahawks forced the turnover.
Yeah.
And got the ball, touchdown. Forced the turnover, got the ball, touchdown.
Yeah.
It was just mad.
No, like that's like if you want to see how a efficiently operating team works,
watch Seahawks versus 49ers.
Yeah.
Divisional round game.
Yeah.
Because that was just next level insane.
But the Seahawks brought the A game.
Yeah.
The 49ers kind of like
game.
Rocks up kind of thinking, okay, it's a regular game. Oh, well, let's see how it goes,
The amount of pressure they put on Brock Purdy as well was just mad. Next level. But cool, moving on to New England Patriots versus the Houston Texans. And I'm very proud to say as a New England Patriots fan that the Patriots whooped the Texans 28-16.
Yeah.
That was a battle of defense as well.
Yeah. I actually thought the Patriots were in probably at 1 point.
Yeah.
We
were behind at 1 point, I think, like 10-3 or 7-3 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe behind at some point.
Yeah. It was 10-3, I think. Well, at least I remember seeing last 10-3, and then I fell asleep, and then
no. When I went to sleep, it was 7-3 for us. Patriots
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But then the Texans scored.
Yeah. But they were in the lead.
10-7.
Yeah.
And I think if I remember correctly, there was another a field goal or something.
Yeah.
They put them 13-7 or something.
Yeah. And I remember them being in lead, but when I went to sleep, it was 7.
Yes. Yeah. I still watched a little bit. I still had it going a bit longer because I still remember the fumbles, the turnovers that they
amount of turnovers on both sides.
Yeah. On man, I was like, okay, this is
the amount of sacks, fumbles. Yeah.
And I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a tough game for the Patriots.
Yeah, they forced a lot of sacks and fumbles.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Texans at least anyway. The I'd say the offense kind of didn't really go anywhere further, and kind of basically meant that the defense was getting hammered again and again and again, and it kind of just. They did what they could. I'll be honest. I think the Texans defense did pretty well, but you can't run an entire team based off of one unit's performance. And so
and our defense did pretty well as well. We also
had
turnovers.
Sorry, I didn't mention that, but there was a lot of Texans offense pretty much got nowhere.
Yeah.
Props to the Patriots defense there as well. So
we also scored a defensive touchdown as well. Marcus Jones as well scored.
Yeah. So basically, pretty much I'd say defensive wise, I think they were paired pretty well. It was an even battle, but offensively, the Texans offense just couldn't get anywhere and couldn't perform, and Patriots could.
Yeah.
But we just
discussed it before this game as well. We said that it's going to come down to who has the better defense, kind of thing. It's going to be a defensive game, but who comes out with making the least mistakes?
Yeah,
and who actually has the better offensive?
Yeah,
because defensively wise, it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah, And I think in both of those categories, the Patriots took the lead. Texans had more errors and more handling errors, and yeah,
He had 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
So just start.
and turnovers. Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at so yeah, fewer mistakes made by the Patriots, and offensively, like pretty much came out as the stronger team. Were able to adjust and adapt and find the gaps.
Yeah.
And pretty much.
Yeah, like a fourth and 1 touchdown. Dude. Man. But that means the New England Patriots are in the AFC Championship for the first time since 2019.
6 years.
We're heading to the Super Bowl, baby. Then,
Still got a game to go. Hold on. Let's first get there.
that's tomorrow night's story.
Yep.
Moving on to the final game, we have Chicago Bears versus Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams narrowly beating the Bears in overtime, 2017. That final touchdown from Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That was the sexiest touchdown I've seen this entire season.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I'll give him credit for that because it was
Stunning.
it was good.
That pressure, he ran yards back.
Uh-huh.
Turned around, 2-3 guys on him, and just launched the ball.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
So I'll give him credit for that. And I do think there's potential in Williams.
If that was a high school game, he would have been the most popular kid in school.
But I was stressing during that, like in that.
I thought the Bears were going to take it at the end of it.
Yeah, but and that was my concern.
Yeah.
I was like, why are the Rams not showing up? Because again, I now don't like the Bears. Screw the Bears. They did not deserve to be where they were, and in my mind, lucky break, whatever kind of it's they didn't deserve to be there, and yet there they are about to go to championship. I was like, no, this is not. Oh no, I refuse. I was frustrated. I rebuke you.
Yeah. But that was a close game, man. It was like 3 points, 3 points, 7 points, 7 points. Kind of thing. And it was a constant.
And the Rams just took it.
Field goal.
Yeah, in OT. Yeah. I was really nervous because I've still got up. I was played early hours of our.
Yeah.
So I still got up early. I know. Yeah, and I saw the score and I was like, okay, no, it's it's tied or whatever kind of thing, and like Rams, come on. Actually, I think the Rams were just in the lead.
Yeah.
At that point,
Probably could be.
Yeah.
Because it was like Rams, Bears.
And the Rams were just in the lead, and then while I was at German, whenever like check, it's like, oh no, it's tied. Now it's an OT, and I'm like, oh no, this is gonna end in disaster. And then when I got home, I was like, I checked the score again. I'm like expecting the worst, and I was like, Rams have won. Ooh, relief. Everything is over. Like it's all better. The world is better again.
One way to beat your bench press, period.
Yeah.
You busy. Jason just holds up the phone. Bears scored. Okay, cool. Moving on to our prediction championship competition thing that we've been doing.
Listen, it's over already.
Yeah.
You already won.
I already won.
Yeah.
Definitely now there's no way of you coming back.
Yeah. But there wasn't any way when we started.
As soon as playoffs started.
Yeah, as soon as playoffs started, you already effectively.
But we actually didn't, last episode, we didn't talk about that. We only spoke about what's coming up. Guys, go check it out and whatever. But yeah, so I won.
Yeah. Well done. Congratulations.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. But let's just run through it anyway.
That's bragging rights.
So the wildcard round, we actually we drew in the wildcard round. We picked the exact same teams.
Okay, but that's oh yeah, no, it was that was divisional. Okay, yeah, sorry.
I'll pick the exact same team. So both of us said Rams over Panthers, which you got right.
Yeah.
We both said Packers over Bears, we got wrong. Jaguars over Bulls, we got wrong. Eagles over 49ers, we got wrong. But then we have Patriots over Chargers, we got right. And Texans over Steelers, we got right.
Yeah.
Both of us. So that puts us wild card round, both 3-3. I finish off with 171 points, and you finish off with 164.
Yeah, at the end of wild card.
In a wild card. Moving on to divisional round. Daddy had a nice little one here. The only one I got incorrect was Bulls over Broncos. I got Seahawks correct, Patriots correct, and Rams correct.
Yeah. So technically, I was going with
Kind of opposite teams.
Yeah. I said I'm guessing. Yeah. I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever teams you choose, I'm going for the opposite team. Let's make it fun. I've already lost. It's not. It's not the end of the world. I mean, whatever. You can, except for the Bears, because fuck the Bears. Can I say that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, all right.
But he forgets that because he lost, he has to, at the only robot we have here in Jeffreys Bay, he has to stand naked and skid block.
I don't mind doing that. I'm not shy. I'll do that. I'm just not doing anything with the Bears uniform or whatever.
I can wear Bears and his helmet so no one knows who it is.
But yeah, so some my divisional picks. I had the Broncos over the Bulls, which came out successful, and then obviously also the Rams over the Bears, because screw the Bears again.
Yeah.
And I won't get tired of saying that. And then so you had the Seahawks down to win, so I chose the 49ers as the opposite. Obviously got that wrong, and then Texans over the Patriots, despite actually supporting the Patriots. Because
hell,
you're my buddy, and I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. When I did the image for Instagram and TikTok, guys, what are you watching? Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We post all these things. When I was busy doing it, and I was like, oh crap, you didn't give me your predictions. I'm like, wait, maybe you put it in, refresh. And I saw Texans over Patriots. I'm like,
the hurt. I've been
the heartbreak. How dare you choose the Texans over the Patriots?
Okay, but here's the thing, right? If I do end up putting it,
I realize announce your second team now.
Maybe potentially. We'll see. They're a contender for the spot of second team in Arnold's world. But yeah, so we'll see. But if that was the case, then I would have supported the Texans.
Yeah, of course. So then our divisional standings, that puts me 3-1 for divisional round. You 2-2 for for divisional round, puts me overall 174 points and you 166.
Yeah.
Which again, like I said, safe to say that I've won this now. There's only 2 games next week. Well,
three games in total.
2 games now, and then the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So so there's no way you're coming back 8 points.
Yeah. But
that way. But you can get your potential retribution UFL season start.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will do. I mean, for UFL, we do the same for Sackle.
Yeah, I'll come back for NFL specifically. Yeah, I'll be back next season. Don't worry. I've got a plan.
Fast forward to January 2027. Marcus is sitting up by 10 points again.
Nah.
Give me a tighter one.
Oh, no, it's not going to be tight.
Oh, you think you're going to destroy me?
Okay.
Listen. But let's move on to after your blessings. Bless you, my son. Let's move on to the AM Sideline Awards for this week. And for last week, we're going to do wild card round, and then we're going to do divisionals.
Yeah.
So MVP, we had quite a few nominations for MVP. We had 3 nominations, so go for it, my friend. Nominations and who we picked.
So nominations were Puka Nacua, obviously from the wide receiver from the Rams, Josh Allen, QB from the Bulls, Christian McCaffrey.
He's obviously about
MVP. Yeah, I mean, well, all 3 of them are in the awards.
Yeah. One's offensive, one's MVP, well, Christian's in quite a few of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, Josh Allen and McCaffrey are in both the MVP and the offensive player of the year, I think.
No, Josh. Offensive players only it's Puka and Christian,
Oh, okay.
and then MVP is Josh and Christian.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. So those were the 3 nominees. And yeah, I mean, Puka just ended up basically being
Puka Nakua destroyed that day.
the player of the week in the wild card round. So yeah, pretty much Puka getting 111 yards from 10 receptions. That's basically 11.1 yards per reception. Targeted 18 times, did score a touchdown, and also rushed 14 yards from 3 carries and scored another touchdown.
Yeah.
So rushing touchdown as well.
We had to give it to Puka.
Yeah, I mean he was all over the field there.
Yeah.
He was come on.
Yeah. No, but like with MVP of the week, all of them did pretty well. Like Josh Allen also throwing 1 touchdown, scoring 2, rushing 2 himself. And also Christian McCaffrey also scoring 2 touchdowns, and that 1 touchdown was oh my goodness, I don't even remember that touchdown. It was there was Brock Purdy pass to his running back. Running back runs this way, hands off to the wide receiver. Wide receiver comes around this way, and then launches. Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like trick plays kind of.
Yeah.
No,
No, it was freaking fantastic. Yeah. Then moving on to team of the week, we had for nominees, we had the Bears and we had the Texans. Bears for their great comeback in the fourth quarter, like we said, that 21 points coming back, and then Texans, just the defense was just incredible.
Yeah.
And we went with the Houston Texans because, as we said, fuck the Bears.
Yeah. And look, honestly, yeah, I mean, Texans defense was really like of the Texans defense took on any team there.
Yeah.
Like it was the Texans defense the entire game. They were the only players effectively on the field.
Yeah. No, that's great. Their offense did absolutely jack shit.
Yeah. And so
no, Texas defense. Yeah. So it's not the Texans as team of the week, it's the Texans defensive.
That was team of the week.
That's half a week. Yeah, half a team of the week. So moving on to game of the week. We had 2 nominations, and I see you highlighted them both.
Yeah. So I was kind of
Full.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, both were really, really good games.
Yeah.
The Panthers Rams.
Yeah.
Jaguars Bulls game. So both games
we kind of tied it.
Yeah, had effectively something to watch.
Yeah.
It went right down to the end, and I think it was there wasn't a clear winner at any point. Like nobody kind of really overpowered one team had the upper hand at any point in time.
It was back and forth.
Yeah,
tie game for both games.
Yeah, and kind of at the end of the game, at the end of the day, it was down to the wire for both. So both.
If it was up to me, I would have said Panthers and Jaguars had to go through because obviously they both lost, but the way they both played in those games was just incredible.
Yeah,
they were both in the lead at some point. It just unfortunately fell apart.
Yeah, they gave it a good run, and it was really well contended, and particularly going up against the Rams and Bulls, who I think were kind of effectively like the heading into the season anyway, were kind of nominated as the stronger team kind of thing. So yeah, I mean Panthers and Jaguars gave a really good run.
Fight, really.
Yeah.
No, definitely. But then moving on to the AMSR awards for divisional rounds. MVP of the week, there's no nominees, there's just the one.
Kenneth Walker III, running back from the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, like
he had the greatest week of everyone.
If you didn't give it to somebody from the Seahawks, there's probably something wrong. Seahawks had a phenomenal game, and
Kenneth Walker, he's just pretty discovered.
I mean, 116 yards from 19 carries, pulled 3 touchdowns along the way. Yeah.
No one else, like, when making this list, looking at the players, no one came close to Kenneth. So I don't want to give him any other nominees or any other
nominations.
Yeah.
It was unprecedented.
Yeah. There we go. Definitely. And same for the team of the week. No contention. Has to go to the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like, everyone had good games or whatever, but Seattle Seahawks, the way they played, it was just against the 49ers.
It was just they
Next level.
yeah, they came together as an entire unit, one
Yeah.
unit, and they dominated.
And it was next level. Dad, again, sorry, this is for you. I apologize. But like we said earlier, and I'm not going to say it the way I said it earlier on, but the way the Seahawks and 49ers game went, it felt like a bunch of adults playing against a bunch of kids. And the adults just ran straight over them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much of a.
Oh, you're the quarterback. Grab the ball and run. Now, it was rough. It was insane. But then moving on to game of the week. Take your pick of those two.
Broncos versus Bulls, and then also the Bears versus Rams. Both games very nominated. Yeah, very close. Etc. I'm inclined to go to the Broncos Bulls game.
Yeah, Broncos Bulls game for me definitely was the better game.
Yeah, that's
Football.
If you're watching both games, you'll come away with that as the I don't know. It just felt different.
Yeah,
felt better.
Yeah, it was exciting as shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I guess for Rams fans and Bears fans, the Bears Rams game was probably exciting for you.
Yeah, but for everybody else,
that's not fans of the Rams and Bears. That's not fans of Broncos and Bulls.
Yeah,
Broncos and Bulls game was just
it's an unopinionated view of the games.
Yeah, definitely. That was just a freaking beast of it.
But you know what?
What?
Screw the Bears. So the Bears aren't getting.
It says Broncos and Bulls.
Yes,
okay, cool. Moving on to the final segment. Let's call it that. Our predictions for the conference championship. I see you didn't put anything down yet. Well, I didn't update or refresh. So, Broncos versus Patriots in the AFC championships. I went the Patriots to win.
Obviously, right. So here's my thinking.
Wait, sorry. Did you actually make any changes? Oh, because I can type quickly. Okay. Like with your whatever you say.
Okay. So here's my thinking. Right.
So about to be broken.
When I'm watching the game, I'm going to be supporting the Patriots, right? But officially on record, I'm going Broncos.
Okay. So
just to be different.
So you're hot. Oh, no, don't lie.
No.
You're hot because you love me so much. The Patriots are going to win, but mentally you're like,
yeah, like
your heart says Patriots, but your head says Broncos.
Yeah, let's put it like okay.
Cool beans.
Because I got you, kind of thing. So like when I'm watching the game, I'm gonna be like, Patriots, like Patriots, what are you doing? You messing up, or like, oh yeah, touchdown, kind of thing. Like
what's losing another point between friends?
Exactly. That's the thing. I wanted to give it, but officially, like mentally, like I'm like, I wonder if the Broncos are gonna actually take this. Like,
I'm actually scared, man.
Yeah,
I'm terrified. Yeah, for people that don't know my personal life, I messaged this guy Wednesday morning saying that I woke up during the night, Wednesday night, shitting bricks, saying, oh no, Patriots played last night. Crap, what's the score? Please tell me the Patriots won last night. Only to look at my phone that next morning to realize it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I'm stressing about the game, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
I'm stressing.
You know what?
I could go either way.
Yeah, I think it can. And it's very difficult. We've had the chats already kind of things about it, but it's very difficult to look at past performances and stats and things like that and make future predictions on that, particularly because the stats are two different irrelevant.
Yeah, it's two different errors.
Yeah.
Errors. Same word, different spelling, sounds the same. Errors. Anyway.
Huh?
No, because I said errors, but it sounds like I'm saying errors, as in ERRORS, as in that's incorrect as an N.
Yeah.
I'm saying error as in ERA.
Oh, era.
Yeah, error.
Yeah.
I'm saying error. Okay. I was clarifying for no reason. But like the stats say, if I remember correctly, like I said to you, it's either the Pats or all teams has never won three or never beat three top 10 defenses in the playoffs. There was Patriots are 0-2 against Broncos in AFC Championships.
Yeah.
Broncos are 4-0 against Patriots at home.
Yeah.
But all those things are irrelevant. That was all Brady and Belichick. Now it's Vrabel and Treadway.
Yeah, and also, I mean, on the Broncos side, it's Peyton now that's head coach. We've got Bo Nix. We've got other.
I've Stidham now.
Well, technically, as did he. Yeah, but you've got a lot of the team dynamics have changed. There's new personnel in almost all levels, kind of thing. So, those types of stats aren't very relevant. You can't look at performance during the regular season this season either.
Yeah.
There's different pressures now. It's different types of the outcome is what you're playing for is now largely different.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to come up with actual stats that actually matter, kind of thing, and it can literally go either way.
Yeah. Usually game.
Yeah. You've got a replacement QB in for Bo Nix. I mean, you can look at his past performance, but
thrown the ball since 2023.
Now maybe he comes out and he's on fire and he's like, and the rest of the team responds really, really well to him. But that's also another thing. You've got to have that
fingers crossed he can't throw for shit.
That's the other possibility, is that he misses cues, misses connection.
Yeah.
He can't find his receivers, his rushing things. You've also got, so there's all those types of things, but stats also like Broncos against duo mixes, duo running things, which the Patriots like to run 30.
Yeah, we have or something.
Yeah, but yeah, you've got the duo running thing, which apparently So I mean, if you're looking at stats like that, the Broncos have. I mean, despite an awesome Broncos defense, like ranked in the top, or top contenders, kind of thing. In the top 5 in the season. They've against running back, they've allowed like 5.8 yards, which is more than like all the other stats for the defensive team combined.
Yes,
is really, really good. That's the only one that they're out in the sort of middle of the pack kind of thing.
2 downs, 3 hours down already.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that option, but they're going to know that. So they're going to focus on that during this week. So what comes out. So what happens? Yeah, we don't know, and I think it's really, really difficult to use the stats specifically kind of thing coming into this. I mean, let's go out and watch. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would be betting on any team. Like at this point,
don't bet your house on any of these teams, right?
Yeah,
it's so difficult, man. You might bet your house on the Patriots and be homeless next week,
or the Broncos. I mean, yeah.
But put into the universe, Patriots winning.
I don't believe in that.
But then the final game of the conference championships, the NFC championships, we have Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams, and I win Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going with Seahawks too.
So this is not one of those that you're going opposite.
No, this
has to be an obvious one.
Yeah, look, I mean, let's be honest. Donald can implode. Yeah, it
happened before. Easy at your Rams game.
It's happened before. It's but I think they're going to come off the high that they had last week. I think they worked really, really well last week.
Yeah,
and I'd compare the Rams to the 49ers at this point as well. Kind of thing. I think they're kind of at a similar point, similar kind of position, and different play styles and that type of thing. But I think they're kind of at roughly the same level. And the Seahawks last week.
If the Seahawks come out like they did last week, and if the Rams come out like they were last week and the week before, Seahawks are gonna destroy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I think the the Rams are kind of where the 49ers were last year
Yeah.
in a sense. And they're gonna have to play their ass off to get anywhere. And I think it's gonna be a lot easier for the Seahawks.
In the Super Bowl, Patriots versus Seahawks. He's not there to be the same thing. Seahawks was supple also.
Or Broncos versus Seahawks. I mean, right? I'm just kidding. I'm supporting, kind of thing.
But cool, that was our episode, folks.
Yeah, I guess obviously championship game coming up.
Yeah, so we won't be able to do that next weekend because we have things going on next weekend. Friday is my mother's birthday. Sunday is your birthday, but we're doing something on Saturday, so we won't be.
I'm one of second of Jan.
So we won't be filming next weekend, unfortunately, because there's a lot of things going on between friends and families. But we will be back the weekend after, and we'll be talking about Super Bowl because it will be.
Yeah, it'll be weekend of Super Bowl.
Yeah. So it won't be Super Bowl yet. So we'll be talking about conference, what's coming up,
road to Super Bowl, how things have panned out, what we're looking at, and actually, in saying that, there's a huge focus this week, in the coming week or two, leading up to Super Bowl. The NFL's putting a lot of focus on flag football and the actual game and its expansion, and particularly for young women as well, and such. So, I mean, check it out. Have a look at the proceedings. You want to get involved. We do also. We are trying to promote flag football in South Africa, and
we started our own kids team. We're discussing starting an adults team. So
so I mean, if you would like to get involved, by all means, please, let us know.
Yeah, comment down below,
or get in touch with Gridiron as well, Gridiron South Africa. And let's get the sport growing. But it's fun. It's safe. It's boys and girls, men and women can participate together. It's not this no requirement.
So guys, comment down below or reach out to Gridiron South Africa, and if you guys are interested in joining. If you guys are interested in joining adults, kids, that's here in Jeffreys Bay. Like I said earlier on, meet us down at GLA's school, almost the stadium. GLA school, 2:00 Sunday. We have a kids practice. The adults, come join us as well. We're looking for more coaches. We're looking for referees. And like we said, we want to start an adult team as well.
Yeah, also looking at getting...
Yeah, if you guys are out in adult team.
Yeah. And I mean, look, even if you're not in this area, I mean, reach out anyway. I mean, we'd like to put you in contact with relevant people. If you'd like to get something going where you stay.
Yeah, we know people playing now or starting teams up in Port Elizabeth as well.
But I mean, also in the country as well.
All over.
There's the sport is growing very quickly, and there are people that are interested in multiple places across South Africa, and so
people almost in every province at the moment.
Yeah, and there's people that are looking to play, but obviously they're looking to try and meet up with other people that are interested, and so we can definitely put you in touch, and that you can get something going if you need be.
And that's why we started AMSR. Yeah, that's why we started AMSR Report, because no one was talking about it, but everyone was interested in American football.
Yeah.
Now, because we're here, if you're interested, you have no one to talk to. So let us know. We'll get you in contact with the right people, or if you the only person, we'll get you guys started.
Yeah. So I mean, by all means, if you're interested, let us know.
Exactly. But while you're interested, while you're commenting down below, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and you're obviously on YouTube.
Yeah.
But that's it. Wrap us off, my friend.
Well, I guess if that's it, this camera, that camera, which one you want to go?
I'll go that one.
That way, the hand and catch on next time.
From the sideline.
The AM Sideline Report, where you go to crew. Touchdowns and tackles, we give you the view. Huddle up, football fans, this show's for you. From the pregame hype to the final whistle, true.